GoodGame came around as a project where we wanted to connect artists with communities to develop new games together, and games that would improve people's relationships with each other and where they live.
So the Games Exchange for me is a place where everyone can come along and join in and be able to exchange with each other the games that they love. And the reason why I was so interested was because it looked like something that was so practical and more outdoors, and it got a lot of communities and kids involved.
Yeah, and we spend so much time now on our kind of screens. I think anything that's inventive and playful that takes us away from that, but to connect with others can be a good thing. And how we could promote some idea or some notion of playfulness between people, whether they're young or old. Adults tend to step back and push the kids forwards. So really this sort of commission was looking at ways in which we can deal with that. How we can promote playfulness in the streets and across generations.
So one of the key reasons I wanted to get involved with this project was to develop a community games toolkit. In previous projects I'd used games and play in my practice, and I'd seen how powerful it is when you get people to play together, particularly in public space, because it gets people coming together that perhaps haven't met before or wouldn't have normally spoken in that situation. So one of the pieces that I've developed through this project is a game plaza, and this is kind of a mobile game space that can pop up in public space. And I was thinking, what games do most people know that again wouldn't need language to explain what was going on, and Jenga came to mind. So another outcome of this project that has been really good is looking at how games can build new worlds. So I worked with a storyteller, Polly Distel, and we looked at how we could kind of gamify some of the techniques that she uses to create stories.
I think games can be a really helpful thing to think about in terms of creating stories and opening up the process to different people, kind of giving a different way in to story making. So we've been really interested in how we can create an experience that helps people build a story and helps them build a story that happens in an imaginary world rather than just in the park, but at the same time lets them kind of touch elements of the park or collect objects from the park. So Anna and I have worked with building stories from objects that we find in the park, thinking about maybe a pebble or a leaf or a pine cone, and what the story is behind that object or what else that object could become. So we're sort of starting from something that's real and in the landscape, but then we're transforming it into something imaginary.
Okay, so we ran a workshop in Thimble Mill and for designing these cards, these challenge cards. And one of my favourite ones, I don't think I've got it on me, was designed by a toddler who did a T-Rex. And his challenge was roar like a T-Rex and then pass on to the next wannabe dinosaur. I think it lends itself to the kind of idea that you can bring back something like social media as person-to-person interactions, and that's more or less what the cards are aimed at.